Hi, I'm Diane Davidson with Keller Williams. Welcome to our podcast, Good Deeds Real Estate with Mission. I'm here with Matt DeCoste from Ray the Mover in New Hampshire and Marathon Movers in Massachusetts. And hello, Matt.
Hey, Dan, how you doing?
Good, how are you?
Good. Thank you for having me today.
With pleasure. This is our first face-to-face meeting, Matt and I've spoken before. And our team and even personally, we've done a lot of business with Ray the Mover and Marathon Movers. And I don't know anybody who does a better job. So thank you.
I appreciate that.
We appreciate you. And while I'm thanking you, I'd like to thank you for participating. Actually offering to participate in our Thanksgiving drive. We're going to feed 200 families through the Manchester Boys and Girls Club. And it's our first foray into the Boston, feeding families in the Boston area. So we're going to do 50 families at Project Hope. And we hope to grow that to 200 next year. So you're providing the transportation and power to help us get those meals to those families. Thank you for that.
You're welcome. Thank you.
So moving, what we do is stressful. And we're in the moving business too, right?
Mhm.
Not the physical part of it. Although there's a little thing being carried out the door on the final walkthrough, but it can be stressful. It's emotional. It's part of the whole process, and you really do a great job of keeping it calm and keeping it. You're very people oriented. So the first thing I want to ask you is there any such thing as calling you too soon in the process?
No, not at all. In fact, it is better to get us out into the home sooner than later, whether that is a virtual estimate with somebody from our sales team or having somebody come out to the home in person to walk through. We offer both of those at no cost, no obligation for especially on the interstate side of moving. So say you're moving from Massachusetts out of state to Florida or New Hampshire to Florida. It is better to get us out there sooner because the sooner you book with us, the cheaper it's going to be. Because the closer you get to a load date, there's more jobs booked, so the demand increases, so the price can increase. So customers that have us out there 3 months ahead of time are going to have significant savings versus a different customer that calls us for the same load date and we're only out there 2 weeks before. So it's better to get somebody out there sooner than later. And one good thing with us is if you go with us, you sign up with us, there's no deposits and there's no penalty to cancel. We understand that stuff comes up along the way. A closing might fall through or the job that you had lined up in Florida or California falls through. And you had to postpone the move or cancel it outright. You're not out any money with us there.
That's fantastic. Do you know, I didn't do that. And I think I was coming at it from a point of view that, there's a cost associated with relocating your domicile, right? Moving. And so to not know that, I mean, it's thousands of dollars, right?
Yes. Yep.
People factor that in. We rarely hear people finding out in advance what that might cost. So to know that it actually costs you less is fabulous.
Yeah, it definitely helps the the budget process. When you're laying out your budget for closing costs and your first mortgage payment and all that kind of stuff. So it helps to get us out there, and it's for the interstate side of things as well. It's a binding estimate, so it doesn't fluctuate in either direction as long as you don't add things to the inventory. So you can really know exactly what you're going to be paying when you go with us.
That's fantastic. Now you mentioned a closing falling through. Anyway, but there's also, don't you do something special for our clients with free storage for a couple months?
Yep. So if your clients, if they reference you when they call us, we put them into our system, and we know when we go out there that they've been referred by you and your team at Keller Williams. So we can. One thing we offer is 2 months no charge storage for local moving. And we can also offer 2 nights of holding the goods on the trucks at no charge as well. So sometimes there's just a little gap in between, where you might be closing on both properties, say on a Tuesday, and you got to get out of your current house on a Monday, and the closings aren't until the afternoon on Tuesday, so we can't deliver you until Wednesday. So the stuff would remain on the trucks overnight, Monday and Tuesday. And typically, if you aren't referred by you and your team, that cost to a customer would be $250 per truck per night. So we offer 2 nights, no charge for those holding fees, to get you into the new house on the Wednesday there.
Pays to know good people, huh?
Absolutely.
Well, that's a great benefit. Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's get to the fun stuff. Any good stories over the years? Well, first of all, you've been with the company how long?
I've been with the company for just over 16 years now. So I started when I was in high school, doing the actual moving in the summertime. I did that through college as well on summer breaks, winter breaks. And then I went full time with the company after college. First in the operations side of things, I was doing the long haul dispatching. So I was coordinating the trips, the tractor trailer trips to Florida, California, all that stuff, finding stuff for them to bring back to New England as well. And then I transitioned to the sales side of things about 5 years ago. And most recently, became the sales manager for Marathon and Ray the Mover.
I do have a question. If somebody's moving here, like to New Hampshire or Boston area, Massachusetts, from Florida,
Mhm.
is that correct?
Yeah, absolutely. Yep. So we're an agent for Allied Van Lines. So as part of that, we're able to send everything down to Florida, and then we can also take shipments back from Florida as well, or any state for that matter. So yeah, if we have a truck in that area, we can get you back to New England if you're moving back home, or if you're moving up here for the first time. So that's certainly something we can do.
That's good. I don't think most people think of that, right?
Yeah, yeah, and and sometimes it's honestly cheaper too, because our truck's down there already and we were coming home regardless. So sometimes we can give a little bit of a better discount there versus a company that's based in the state you're moving from, because they might not go to New Hampshire or Massachusetts that often.
You do. I know you do a lot to the south.
Yeah, we basically have weekly trips down to Florida. So we have 8 over the road tractor trailer drivers that are driving all around the country. But we have, 1 or 2 that are dedicated to just going down 95 all the way down to Florida every single week.
Oh, great. I might want to hop on one of those trucks.
Yeah, especially with the cold coming in.
Funny story about cat.
Yeah, so so I whenever I walk into a customer's house now and I see a cat or a dog walking around, I say, make sure you keep an eye on your pets on move day. So this happened, this was probably back in 2010, 2011 or so. I was on a job on Newbury Street in Back Bay in Boston, a 4-story brownstone, beautiful house, beautiful townhouse. And, we had been packing all day. The customer was moving out to LA, and the door had been open, out to Newbury Street the entire day because we're going up and down the stairs. And around 2 o'clock, the customer comes up to me and she says, have you seen my cat? I haven't seen it in a couple hours. And I go, oh my God, the cat's probably ran outside. It's running around Back Bay. It's down by the river on the Esplanade by now. Who knows where it is? So, we're all kind of looking around the house for the cat, and we hear meowing from one of the boxes, and the customer rips the box open, and the cat had burrowed itself in the customer's comforter, and she just picked the comforter up, one of the last things to pack in the morning because she slept in the bed, throws it in the box, tapes it shut. And had we not found that, if that box had been on the truck, it would have been either all the way to California, or we would have had to dig out the entire truck. So I always say, it could have been a bad outcome. It ended up being a good outcome, and everyone kind of laughed about it in the end. But I always say, keep an eye on your pets on move day. Put them in a bedroom that you've cleared everything out of, in a bathroom. Just keep an eye on them for sure.
Or don't do your own packing. That's my mom. That's
exactly. Yeah. You can pay us to do it, and then we certainly will not put a cat into a box.
Exactly. Okay. So any tips for people getting ready for a move? Yeah, you do.
Yeah, the biggest thing, back to the packing thing as well, is if you choose to pack yourself, which a lot of customers do because they like to, it's a good time to purge where they can kind of get rid of stuff and you can see your own stuff. But the biggest thing is making sure you're fully packed when the guys get there on move day. That's where the majority of the headaches come, where we get there and there's still 3 hours of packing to do on a day that's already going to be 10 hours. And, the customer is panicking, and, so it's best to just get everything packed, ready to go. if you run out of time, you can always call us and we can send somebody out there the day before and help you button things up. But yeah, I'd say, being prepared in that aspect, having a box or two or a bag that you put into your car and take over to the new house yourself. Stuff that you're going to need that first night in the new house, because, when you move in, and I just moved myself actually 2 weekends ago and we're still unpacking. But it was nice to have that suitcase that I know, all like my work stuff was in there, my, all the clothes that I needed for that first week, because you're going to be surrounded by boxes and you're not going to know where anything is. And it gets so overwhelming.
That's great advice. Great advice. So I will tell you, as a procrastinator, I haven't packed myself in the last many moves, but I also haven't purged because I just feel like, oh, just let them pack it and I'll deal with it when I unpack it. So
yeah,
that's great. So, but also as a procrastinator, I will tell you that I so appreciate knowing that if I can break out of that mold, next time I move, I can save money by booking earlier.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Phenomenal. That's really great to know.
Yeah.
So I don't know if there's anything else you want to share. If not, I think we're good. I just want to endorse your companies, Ready the Mover and Marathon Mover. And really, there's nothing in this for us other than we can pass along the benefits that you share with our clients.
Sure.
And also there is peace of mind knowing that our clients are taken care of the way we take care of our clients.
Yeah,
So,
no, I appreciate it.
thank you for that. And thank you for the good you're doing for families that need a lot of help this season and frankly all year round. We look forward to partnering with you in business and then giving back to the community. And that's it for now. So thanks for tuning in. Please be sure to follow us on your favorite podcast platform or subscribe to our YouTube channel. And we'll see you in a week and a half with the van outside the Boston office.
Yeah, I'll see you then.
That's for me. Yay. Thanks, Matt.
Thank you, Diane.